Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, the podcast where we explore the English language, one word at a time. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today. Our word of the day is detail. Detail is a noun, and at the A1 level, it means a small part of something. It's those little bits and pieces that make up the bigger picture. So, what exactly do we mean by detail? Well, think about a painting. The overall image is important, but so are the tiny details like the brushstrokes, the colors used in a specific corner, or the expression on a person's face in the painting. These are all details. Or imagine a story. The plot is the main story, but the details are things like the characters' descriptions, the setting, and the specific events that happen. These details help bring the story to life. Let's look at some synonyms for detail. A synonym is a word that has a similar meaning. For detail, we can use words like item, element, and aspect. Let's use these in sentences. First, item. Please check each item on the shopping list carefully. In this case, each item is a small part of the overall shopping task. Next, element. Honesty is a key element of any good relationship. Here, element refers to a specific component that's important to the whole relationship. And lastly, aspect. We need to consider every aspect of the project before we start. Here, aspect represents a specific part of the project that needs attention. Now, let's move on to antonyms. An antonym is a word that has the opposite meaning. For detail, some antonyms are whole, entirety, and general. Let's see these in sentences. First, whole. I ate the whole pizza myself. In contrast to a detail, which is a small part, the whole pizza is everything. Next, entirety. We need to look at the entirety of the situation, not just one small part. This means we need to consider everything, not just a specific detail. And finally, general. The general idea is good, but we need to work on the specifics. This contrasts with detail by referring to the overall, less specific concept. Now, how can you use detail in everyday life? You'll hear and use detail in many situations. For example, if you are giving someone instructions, you might say, "Please give me the details about where to meet you." This means you want all the specific information, like the address and time. Or if you are describing something you saw, you might say, "I remember every detail of that day." This means you remember all the small parts and pieces of what happened. You can also use detail when talking about work or school. Your teacher might say, "Pay attention to detail when you write your essay." This means they want you to be careful and precise in your writing. Here are some more example sentences and phrases using detail. She noticed every detail of his appearance. This means she observed all the small things about how he looked. The police asked him for the details of the accident. This means the police wanted all the specific information about what happened. He went into great detail about his trip. This means he described his trip with lots of specific information. It's important to pay attention to the details. This is a general reminder to be careful and precise. The devil is in the details. This is an idiom that means that small things can cause problems. The details are still being worked out. This means that some specific parts are still being planned or decided. Can you give me the details of your flight? This is a request for specific information about a flight, such as the airline, flight number, and arrival time. The book is full of interesting details about the author's life. This means the book contains a lot of specific information about the author's life. He's a perfectionist and obsessed with detail. This means he is very careful and wants everything to be perfect, even the smallest things. Let's recap. Detail means a small part of something. Synonyms include item, element, and aspect. Antonyms include whole, entirety, and general. You can use detail in many situations, from giving instructions to describing events. It's a really useful word to know. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word today. I hope you found this episode helpful. Remember to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. Your support helps others find the show. Now, for your homework, create your own sentence using the word detail and share it as a comment below the video. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
See you next time.